Hello and welcome back to the Bookshelf Odyssey. My name is Art, and we are exploring my bookshelves. Today, I want to take a look at what I got for Christmas. I got some great bookish gifts for Christmas this year, and of course, I forgot to actually bring any with me to show you, but what are you going to do? Let's look at some of the books first. The first book I got for Christmas was Pride, Prejudice, and Peril, which is a Jane Austen Tea Society mystery, book one, and it's written by Katie Oliver. It's described as Jane Austen meets reality TV and murder in this quirky, cozy mystery, the first in a new series. Phaedra Brighton is perfectly content with her life of lecturing college students, gossiping with her best friends, and dreaming of Mr. Darcy. As a young, respected, if somewhat peculiar English professor, her expertise lies in all things Jane Austen, but she knows that the closest she'll ever get to being a real-life Elizabeth Bennet is in her dreams. When Who Wants to Marry Mr. Darcy, a new reality TV show, starts filming at her best friend Charlene's estate, Phaedra is intrigued. And when the producer asks her to lend her Austenian knowledge as a consultant on the show, she's over the moon. But on the first day of filming, when Charlene's new husband is found electrocuted and Charlene herself is accused of the crime, Phaedra comes crashing back to reality. So that sounds like a fun mystery and a pretty fun series. I'm not a big fan of mystery series where they take real life characters and make them into like a cozy mystery. There's one right now about Charles Dickens. There's at least one. I think there's one about Jane Austen as well as the Bronte sisters. And I've tried reading some of those and I just can't get into it. It kind of takes me out because I know a lot about their real life that it's hard for me to separate fact and fiction. All that aside, this one sounds like what I would like to read, where it's more of a modern day setting, and it's in the world of Jane Austen and her books, but not with her as a character. And so I think I'll enjoy this book quite a bit. And I actually got this gift and as part of a Secret Santa exchange, so I was able to get a pretty fun sounding book through that. So thank you to my Secret Santa. This book is perfect. The second book I got for Christmas this year, I'm really excited to read. It's called Austen Years, a Memoir in 5 novels. It's a nonfiction by Rachel Cohen, and she wrote it. It says that in the turbulent period around the birth of her first child and the death of her father, Rachel Cohen turned to Jane Austen to make sense of her new reality. For Cohen, simultaneously grief-stricken and buoyed by the birth of her daughter, reading Austen became her refuge and her ballast. She was able to reckon with difficult questions about mourning, memorializing, living in a household, paying attention to the world, reading, writing, and imagining through Austen's novels. So I'm really looking forward to that book. I will probably read it during Jane Austen July, if not sooner. But that sounds like the kind of nonfiction book about my favorite authors that I really love. Is that it's this writer, Rachel, it's her experiences reading Jane Austen, and I think it just sounds marvelous. So, and this one I got as a gift from my wife, who knows me quite well. Another book she got for me that I'm really excited to be reading is called Your Guide to Not Getting Murdered in a Quaint English Village, and it's by Maureen Johnson. It's a nonfiction. It has a lot of illustrations in it. It looks like it could be a pretty quick read, but a real fun read as it talks about the different tropes and things of a murder mystery. Let me read to you about what this is about because it's pretty funny. It says, a weekend roaming narrow old lanes, touring the faded glories of a country manor, and quaffing pints in the pub. How charming. That is, unless you have the misfortune of finding yourself in an English murder village where danger lurks around each picturesque cobblestone corner and every sip of tea may be your last. If you insist on your travels, do yourself a favor and bring a copy of this little book. It may just keep you alive. Brought to life with dozens of gory-esque drawings by illustrator J. Cooper and peppered with allusions to classic crime series and unmistakably British murder lore, this book, Your Guide to Not Getting Murdered in a Quaint English Village, gives you the tools you need to avoid the same fate, should you find yourself in a suspiciously cozy English village or simply dreaming of going. Good luck, and whatever you do, avoid the vicar. So that sounds like it'll be a really fun read, and I'm looking forward to getting into that. And then the next book I got for Christmas this year is called Sylvia's Lovers by Elizabeth Gaskell, which this is one of the few Gaskell books I haven't read yet, and I did not have. So I was really excited to get this. It looks like it's the story of a woman named Sylvia who is loved by two men. One of them betrays her. It's set during the Napoleonic Wars, and that's all I really wanted to read because a lot of times Victorian classics kind of spoil things on the cover or on the description. So I wanted to be careful about that, but I was really glad to get this. And it's really funny because my in-laws got it for me for Christmas. It was on my wish list, and they were a little bit scandalized by it because they're very conservative. And so just the title alone made them kind of wonder what kind of a book this was. So I had to reassure them that it was a classic story. It probably, a book written today with that title might have a very different story to it. I don't know for sure, but I reassured them scandal was avoided, hopefully. So we'll see as I read it, but I'm looking forward to reading that. Speaking of Elizabeth Gaskell, I want to remind you that this April I'll be doing a North and South read-along, and we'll be doing a Elizabeth Gaskell month. I think for lack of a better name, we're calling it GaskApril, and I'll have some reading prompts and challenges for all those who want to participate, as well as we'll be doing a group read of North and South through the month, and I'll have some videos planned, lots of things just celebrating Elizabeth Gaskell. I'm very excited about that, and I'm going to be planning some things here and soon, and some more information to come on that. So that's some of the books I got for Christmas. A couple of bookish gifts I got was an art print from the Pickwick papers. This is a reprint, and it has an original illustration in it, as well as it's portraying one of my favorite scenes in the book where the Pickwickians go ice skating, and it's a wonderful quote by Sam Weller here. If you've read the book, you know that scene, and it's just a lot of fun. And then I was very excited to get The World of Charles Dickens puzzle, which is a 1,000-piece puzzle that has illustrations and scenes from all of Dickens' novels. His characters from his novels are littered throughout the puzzle, and part of the fun of the puzzle is you're to find those characters and then try to see if you can figure out what book they are from and what characters they are. And some of them are pretty easy to figure out, but I think there's going to be a couple that are pretty hard. I haven't put it together yet, but I will be doing that here soon. In the puzzle, there is a print of what it should look like, as well as on the back, there's a key so you can check your answers and see if you're right as to guessing who's who on this puzzle. I'm really happy to get this, and I can't wait to get it finished. I'll probably put it in a frame and hang it up or something. I don't usually hang up puzzles, but this one might be a different story. And so those are the bookish gifts I got for Christmas, and I hope you had a great Christmas. I had a wonderful time between Christmas and New Year's, reading, relaxing, resting, spending time with family. So I'd love to know, what books did you get for Christmas, or a bookish gift that you were really excited about? Please let me know in the comments below, and we'll keep the conversation going there. As always, make sure you like and subscribe, as this really helps out my channel. And so until next time, remember to just keep reading.